No, so the other day I was holding a vase half filled with water and I realised I'm immortal. Have I died yet? No. Point proven. Anyway, I have almost died a couple of times in my life. I've almost killed people as well, but we won't talk about that. And neither will they. When I say I've nearly died, I don't mean like, oh, I nearly stepped over the yellow line at a train tracks and oh, if it wasn't for that guy telling me not to, I would have died. No, fuck that guy. We know not to step over the yellow line. You told us that already. Thank you. Stop repeating it now. Thank you. So, when I was 15, I used to help my dad out with these house renovations and things during the school holidays. There was this one time we were doing like demolition work and things, and I was cutting down a 7 or 8, 9 foot window. It was like a sliding window with the ropes on the insides and things, and I was cutting these ropes down so we could take the window down. And I was alone, like 2 stories up from scaffolding. The window was like really heavy, way bigger than me, and I had already cut the left rope, and so the window was relying on the right rope to stay up, really. As well as I had to try and keep the window up with my left hand whilst I was cutting so that it didn't drop and crash several stories below and maybe hurt someone. Anyway, so I'm cutting this rope whilst holding the window, and all of a sudden, before I'm ready, because it didn't look like it was going to snap, but the rope snapped and the window plummeted to the ground. And I was still holding onto it with my left hand, and I still have the Stanley knife in my right hand, and so instinctively my right hand comes underneath me, and the knife is pointing towards my throat, and at the same time the window is dragging me down towards the ground. So luckily, whilst I was falling, I just let go of the window. Well, I wouldn't have been able to keep it up anyway, you know, I would have broken or dislocated or something. So I was able to just roll out the way slightly, and so I landed on my shoulder with the knife pointed towards my throat, about this far from my throat. It's a really sharp knife, and the window plummeted to the ground and crashed and cracked and everything. I got in quite a lot of trouble because we were meant to look after the window for some future project, I think. But yeah, I'd say the knife was about less than a centimetre from my throat, which is quite exciting. Originally I was going to reenact everything, but then I realised, no, I have no budget, so that won't happen. So yeah, that was a genuine time when I nearly died. Another time when I almost died is when my brother and I were about 8 years old, he was about 11 or something, and we were mugged by a group of rascally youths. We were collecting shrimp down by the stream, because we lived in an Enid Blyton novel, apparently, you know, and we had lashings of ginger beer. Anyway, these teenagers, right, or as we knew them, the big kids, they came onto the bridge that went over the stream that we were collecting shrimp at, and they started throwing rocks at us. We were with my friend at the time, and remember, we were like 7 or 8 years old, and with my friend at the time, and we were hiding under the bridge and stuff whilst they were throwing rocks. My friend's like, are we gonna die? And my brother's like, yes. Yes, we are. And so, so my friend's just crying because this is the last moment of his life and everything, and these guys are throwing rocks at us. It was. But then we made a run for it into the woods, which is like running adjacent to the stream, and my mate's still crying whilst we run and everything. And we sort of managed to lose these 2 or 3 guys who were throwing rocks at us. And so we kept running or walking, whatever it was, towards the main road, through the woods towards the main road. Because there was another route home that way. Anyway, somehow, my memory's kind of hazy at this point, but we ran into the group of guys again, which has somehow doubled. There was about 8 of them this time now. And they were trying to bribe me to jump into the road, like a busy main road, by saying, we're going to give you jelly babies. And cleverly I was like, I don't like jelly babies! Just giving them ideas of, you know, I quite like Snickers bars, maybe if you gave me a Snickers bar I might do it. It's not smart strategy. But yeah, and then the next thing I remember is one of the guys, he had like blonde wavy hair, and he had me pinned against a tree and was like arm back out to punch me and stuff. And I was like, the group of them were around behind him. And he's like, give me your watch, whilst like this, give me your watch. And I was like, my gran had just given me that watch, so to me it was very special, it was a very sentimental watch, and so I said, this is this is my gran's watch, and I started crying, and the dude was like, aww, and looked around at his like goons, his friends who were behind him all laughing and stuff, and then he punched me and they all left. I actually lost the watch a few days later, which is great, and then the police got involved, and I can't quite remember what the outcome was, but I think something happened. Anyway, those were the stories of when I nearly died. Sorry it wasn't hilarious or anything, I wasn't sure how to make it hilarious because it's nearly death. But if you had any stories of your own, please let me know in the comments, because I always love to hear stories of tragedy that didn't happen to me. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it and you're not subscribed, you're welcome to do that. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 AM. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Hello, so Halloween's coming up. I made a video all about Halloween. Click there to watch it. Also, the link is at the top of the description below. Because of those two